Welcome back to you.
So, if you notice this particular box, what are the box you are seeing on the screen? If you understand this box, that's more than enough. Okay, that's all. You can write Dockerfile definitely in any language, especially you can understand easily from any internet sources. Okay, that's exactly the advantage you will get. Okay, fine. Okay, firstly, so if you notice this particular thing, team, you know very well that the from base image, that's a common thing, right? So we need always a base image. We can build anything on top of a base image only. That's why first we'll consider the base image. You are not building any base image thing. Your base image you are just pulling from Docker Hub. That's what you are doing. And going to the work directory, this is exactly the command work directory will help us to just create a directory inside a container. I told you already, the moment when you apply the Docker build, right? The moment when you apply the Docker build, this is what the same thing. So the moment when you apply the Docker build on your Docker file, immediately container will be created. Whatever the instructions you are passing, from there onwards, all these instructions will be executed inside your container. Point to be noted here. So that is what the work directory means here. There is one more called env. Env refers to environment, right? Environment. This particular environment, I told you already this environment also in our previous session. If you define something with env, that particular env exists for your running container also. Remember that point. Okay. So what is that running container? Custom running container I'm talking about. See here, two types of containers will be triggered. I will tell how exactly you need to see. The base image, the moment when you apply the build command, the container will be triggered. That container will called as intermediate container. That container will call this container will call as an intermediate container. Remember this one. Okay. And there is a one more container which is at the bottom. This is what your exactly application container. Okay, these two containers will be there. You need to have an idea on this. Okay, what exactly the things are happening. This is what exactly your Dockerfile is doing. Dockerfile first taking the base image. On top of it, it is just creating one container. The moment when you apply the Docker build command, it will creating a container. Afterwards, I think you are executing few instructions over there. Finally, you are creating a custom image. Okay. Once you create a custom image, I think application container will be created from that custom image. That's all, team. Okay, simple thing. Now, if you come here, team, the same thing I'm talking about here. This is the breadth from base image. There is a work directory. env, work directory. The moment when I apply the sudo docker build Dockerfile, automatically intermediate container got created. Then immediately there is a work directory will be created inside a container, and env variables will be set for the custom container. These env variables will not be useful for your intermediate container. These env variables are much useful for your custom container. And there are arguments. This is exactly the thing I'm talking about. So these arguments are definitely useful for your intermediate container team. If you want to pass something for your intermediate container, you can use argument and you can pass that particular container or particular value over there. Alright. That's exactly the difference between the argument and env. Arguments are for the intermediate container, env is for the custom container. Just keep the point in your mind. And the volume, if you want to create any temporary directory, this is working directory where you are working, but in between you want to create one temporary directory. You can create the temporary directory by using simple apply a command volume. That's all thing. If, for example, if you want to store some running log over there, or you want to store some unnecessary files which are not really needed over there, so such things definitely you can store on the volume /tmp. If you create volume /tmp, tmp directory will be created inside a container team. Maintainer is the one commonly you can think about. You can give your own name because you are the author. Whoever the author of the particular Docker file, you can give the particular person name. That is what the maintainer exactly. The followed by, I'm seeing copy. Okay, there is one more. I'm seeing copy. So this is another thing which you can see copy. Copy refers to, you know that one point, right? Team. Copy is the one exactly will copy from source to destination. Your source is a local system. Destination is a container. So copy as it is will copy whatever the file or folder, whatever you are just pointing, automatically it will copy that one to container. The copy will come with two arguments. One argument is a source, another one is the destination. The source is always your local system and destination is always your container team. Remember the point, okay? Example you can see somewhere here. Or this is add, okay? Here you can see add something like that. For example, if you see add, there is a source, there is a destination. You are referring some source and you are just asking the source, please go there and create this particular variable inside, this particular variable value inside the container. That's what exactly you are telling source and destination. Same thing I'm talking about here. So especially it's duplicated, arg is duplicated here, remove this one, and followed by the add is the one. This particular add command will really help you to just add any zip format of the packaged one to the container. The advantage with add is, if you add any packaged content also, what exactly packaged content will do, add will do, it can extract over there. That's exactly advantage with the add team. Add has a capability where it can copy and it can extract also. That's exactly the advantage with the add team. The next one is a run. So you are seeing run, right? So when you see the run command, the run refers to the here. What are the Linux commands? You are just interested to execute. What are the Linux commands you are planning to execute? Or the Linux command, definitely you can execute by using the run. So that is what the run refers here to. All Linux commands. And there is one more called CMD and entry point. The CMD and entry point are the executable commands which we need to define in the Dockerfile, so that the CMD and the entry point, these two will be executed definitely whenever you want to create a custom container. Point to be remembered. CMD and entry point are the two commands will be executed when you are converting a custom image into a custom container. Then only CMD and entry point commands will be executed. See this one. That's the point you should understand. If you understand that one, that is more than enough for us. I think easily you can understand any Dockerfile. Okay, let's test our knowledge by considering one Dockerfile so that you can get a very good idea. Okay.
Thank you for the session. See you in the next part.